Hello everyone and welcome to Investing Angles live stream. We haven't done live stream for a while and today is important day. We believe that market is at an inflection point and it's worth talking about the US indices, multiple US indices including Dow Jones, S&P 500. Also we will touch point on volatility, Dow Jones transportation. Also we will cover quite a few sectors and some uh, some stocks. All right, so before we get started, make sure you to subscribe to our channel and support us with your likes if you like the content. All right, so let's begin. So where we stand from the perspective of indices. All right, so this is the chart, this is the candle chart, and well, what we are seeing right now that the most bearish indices for now is Dow Jones and Russell. So when we said a couple of days ago that Dow Jones formed three black crowds here, well, nobody believed that this is the beginning of something bigger. But when several days ago this is the 2-day frame, and when several days ago Dow Jones formed three black crowds on the 2-day frame, well, somebody said, well, it's just a coincidence and it's nothing, has nothing to do to reality. But today, the Dow Jones is closing its 3-day frame, and what we are seeing here, yes, that's you are right. So this is the three black crowds on the 3-day chart. This is fairly significant event, and the frame is rather big, and what we are expecting that the Dow will continue to move down. And if we look at the daily frame, we are seeing that Dow formed an important 8 by 20 EMA bearish cross, and it means that it is going further down. And also I would like to point this important break here. If Dow closes today at this level or lower, it will be officially a break of 50-day moving average. All right, so the similar things are happening for IWM or for Russell. We are seeing that so far the candles are bearish and we have a similar cross, bearish cross, and the chances for moving down are fairly high. If we look at SPX or S&P 500, yesterday the index had a chance to restart the rally, but unfortunately the candle was not strong enough, and as a result the index is falling. So the only index that is somewhat bullish right now is Nasdaq, but today's candle, it's another harami and bearish harami, and if this time the index breaks, that would be a reversal. However, we would need to have a closure. We would need to have a closure for this one below the green candle low, and this would be happening tomorrow if it happens. All right, so that's the perspective for indices. We have two of them strongly bearish. SP 500 is forming a bearish candle, so it will likely join the pack, and Nasdaq is the last one holding the fort. All right, so that's the indices, and let's move on to the next one. So this is the Elliott Wave. This is the Elliott Wave projection that we shared yesterday, and today we are seeing that index made a big gap, and unfortunately for the gap, we wouldn't know what kind of formation of wave formation would be there, but what we are seeing right now that the index seems to be following our path, and it's approaching the first target that we outlined for green. So if it makes a bottom here and reverses upward, like this, well, then the rally will continue. However, if the index breaks through this green rectangle and lands somewhere in the red rectangle, this things might be very complex. Being very complex here. So this we would consider this as a potential wave 3. Then we would have wave 4, and would be following with the wave 5 or something like this. So in this case, if this if index forms this type of formation, it would be an impulse of a bigger degree. Because for right now, for wave 1 or A, which we marked here, it is a fairly clean impulse of the top. All right, so that's a cash index. Speaking about the futures, it's not everything is very clear here. So far, we're seeing a fairly nice shaped impulsive wave up here that started at the beginning of August. And what we are seeing here that the formation, the character of the wave potentially changed, and it is a possibility that this is a ending diagonal here, and we are seeing the very beginning of the move down. If this is the case, if this hypothesis is confirmed, then we would expect a move down right here, uh, 5732 or lower, depending on the character and the character of the wave, and depending on multiple other criteria that we will be tracking very closely. So far, I would say that these the index, the cash index, and the futures are not very well aligned, because if we go back here, we can see that the potential top was made on December 6th for the cash index, and the potential top for the futures is made today. Well, that's a question, that's a puzzle that we'll be trying to resolve in the next couple of days, depending on the moves. So let's have a look at what big stocks are telling us. So this is the big boys. What we are seeing, the only the everything looks well, like almost everything looks fairly nice for Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, and even Tesla. So what is concerning is the buildup of red candles in Meta, and well, if this is going to be a closure like this today, or even slightly lower, this would be a break of a major support line and possibly a formation. Okay, so this is NVIDIA, and we highlighted the potential potential head and shoulders for NVIDIA a week ago, and so far it is going nicely, and we are seeing that it is trying to backtest the neckline for now. We'll see how it ends today. If it fails to break through this line, and if it loses, for example, just to make things worse, if it loses the 100 days moving average, the purple line, in this case, we will be expecting it to go down here to 120, 112, or even lower. That's the perspective for NVIDIA. And well, another concerning candle that is forming right now is for Google, but well, there is still 1 hour to go, and it can turn into anything for now. Okay, so now let's move on to the sectors. This is the most concerning part of everything. And let's have a look at financials first. Financials are very disturbing, and you recognize this pattern already. So this is 3 black crows, and this is the weekly frame. Still 3 days to go, but this is something to keep in mind. If XLF financial sector closes like this would be a very nice tower top, and that will be solidified by the 3 black crows. Well, the chances of moving down would be fairly high. Speaking about industrials, so this is the daily frame. It lost 50-day moving average, and if we look at the weekly is also shaping up something similar to XLF, even though it's weaker than financials, because it has a chance to break through this green line, which is 20 days to 20 weeks EMA, and this would be quite a move. The only thing that is so far somewhat bullish is the technology sector, and it's obvious. And well, that's not it's not a stranger that this server holds for now the whole market because of its market share of over 30%. But this is the daily frame, and this is the Harami candle. If we see a break below this yellow line tomorrow, it would be a very concerning sign. Speaking about consumer staples, it's also bearish, and if we look at the weekly frame, again we are seeing a similar formation. Three black crowns are ready to be recorded. This would be another concerning sign. Speaking about the healthcare is falling, and this is the weekly frame right now. What we are seeing that the weekly 2 weeks ago it lost the 50 weeks moving average, and if the momentum doesn't change in the next 3 days, it is going to lose the 100 weeks moving average, which is fairly rare if you look at the history, but it is what it is. So if this happens, then we would expect another move lower, and potential of losing another 15-20 points. All right, so speaking about the utilities sector, utilities, this is the daily frame, but let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly is also shaping very badly. And if we look at the monthly frame, it's also a very concerning. This is called bearish engulfing candle, and it might entirely engulf the previous candle, including the lower week, and even break through the EMA, the monthly 8 EMA line, which will be another strong signal which will support the initial move. Another sector which is we are talking about, this is consumer discretionary. So far, it is a hanging man candle, and this is well, it requires a confirmation, and so far this sector has been the most bullish among all. And well, nothing to say here until we get at least a confirmation on the daily or even bigger frame. And the energy sector, it's not looking healthy at all. I would like to highlight the freshly made 8 by 20 EMA bearish cross, and it looks like the energy is setting for 3 black crowns as well. So if the closure like this and the breakthrough the 100 weeks moving average, well, I'm not convinced that it's going to be stick saved here like it was in September, because of the candle structure and the technical and the different technical support. All right, so this is the 8 sectors, and the next one I would like to talk is the Dow Jones transportation. So this is the biggest one, and we are considering it as a harbinger of the moves for Dow Jones. So technically, it's not a surprise. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about this potential double top. So far, we are seeing it's been done, and Dow Jones right now is approaching its target for the double top. And if we look at the weekly is also formed the tower top and is falling down. Well, I'm afraid of look at the monthly. Okay, so monthly is shaping up for a big bearish engulfing, and this is very concerning. But this is just the candles and not well, they're not working as themselves without any technical support. But let's have a look at the perspective for Elliott waves. So this is the chart that we shared with our subscribers on November 14th when the index was 17.4K. And right now, index lost almost 6% since that call. And this is our perspective shape for the index. And this one, 16273, the exact level, which if it's broken, and then the index will have a very good chance to move right here, and this would be a loss of about 35% of the most recent top. Well, and we have this particular target for October, September, November of next year. So a year of losses. Well, that's quite a call, but let's see how Dow Jones Transportation handles this level. If it breaks through, well, the odds for this type of shape will increase greatly. All right, let's move on to the next point of our discussion. So these is gold and silver. If you watched our recent videos for gold and silver, nothing is changing here so far. Today, gold and silver are forming another consolidating candle, which can break anytime, anytime down and incur further losses. So far, speaking about oil, yesterday we said that oil is going to go down today, and most likely, and right now, it is still deciding whether to confirm the top or not. If you're interested, you can have a look at our daily report posted yesterday. There were exact levels of where to watch and what to do. Okay, so natural gas is moving very nicely. Yesterday, we said it's likely to going to form a bottom, and after giving everyone a heart attack today in the morning, well, natural gas recovered, and it looks like it is going to restart the rally, and this is good. So, speaking about energy fuels, well, a few weeks ago, if you watched our video, one of our videos, we mentioned that this particular stock, uranium, oh, it's not looking good, and it formed a bearish engulfing on the weekly frame, and it followed up, and it looks like right now it's sitting comfortably for making three black crowds. But also we mentioned that 10-day frame. 10-day frame formed a big bearish engulfing too, and the next 10 days were expected to be bearish. This is exactly what is happening, and if you want to learn about it, so subscribe to our channel, so then you will be the first to learn. And before moving to the next part, which is volatility, I would like to give you some introduction to our site. So this is Investing Angles. This is where we keep all our information, and we post daily reports on oil, gas, S&P 500, and the weekly ones on in all categories. So if you want to learn more, let's say, about treasuries and the TLT, you click here, and it will bring you all information about recent TLT videos, our projections, weekly analysis, and so on and so forth. And similarly for other instruments. This is our live trade. This is our live trade room, and David Lee is our great captain who does flawless work. And after So this room is almost 2 years old. It was launched in January 2022, yes, almost, or 23, in 2023, pardon. And in almost 2 years, it made us 56% on just trading SPY and SH. And this is not the daily trading. This is swing trading. So we just comfortably sit in our chairs waiting for the alert to come. And you can read all about this. And if you want to learn more, you can also read the latest updates on the room and what we are doing here. All right, so let's move on to volatility. So what is happening right now? A few days ago, we said that volatility is gonna move, it's gonna make a bottom, and it looks like it is doing so. If the volatility index closes like this, it will break through the 20 days EMA and solidifies the bottom. And the chances for moving over the 200 days moving average will be great. If we look at the 2-day, or this is 3-day chart, we are seeing that there is a good chance that that volatility is forming a tower bottom here, and a closure like this would be a very strong move. So similarly for several other indices that we are, or volatility instruments that we are tracking. So all of them are tracking bullish for now. And another chart that we shared at the beginning of December, so this was the one, we said that volatility is about to form a bottom, and this was our projection. So far, volatility formed the bottom, and it is indeed moving higher. So how far it will go, we don't know, and we probably wouldn't know until we see at least a couple of waves form because of this gap at the very beginning of this rally, potential rally. And this is what we are seeing as the perspective. So it could be either impulse here or an ABC formation with a lower low moving down. Well, that was volatility, and you are watching Stocks in Motion by Investing Angles. Support us with your likes, subscriptions, share this information on other platforms, and let's move on to some individual stocks and see what is happening there. So the big one, this is the healthcare snapshot, and the sector is not looking good overall. And the big contributor here is United Health Group. And what we are seeing, this is the weekly chart. And the possibility here is that UNH closes the week with 3 black crows and below the 200 weeks moving average. It was saved in April. It was saved in April, but will it be done this time? We don't know. So far, we have a freshly made 8x20 EMA bearish cross and the breakthrough all multiple levels, all support levels like 50 weeks, 100 weeks, and 200 weeks. All right, so this was the most prominent example here. Everything looks uh, more bearish than usual. And let's move on to another sector, which is financial. So far, we are seeing the most prominent thing here is the Goldman Sachs Group, which is falling. And well, that's a highly unusual move for Goldman Sachs. And if it closes the week like this, well, it will set a ride down for sure, like almost be guaranteed. For how far, how long, we don't know yet, but the move down will continue. And another thing that the BlackRock, the foundation of BlackRock, seem to be falling. If we have a weekly frame like this, closing with a bearish engulfing, after a spinning top, well, that's gonna be a big sign. Wells Fargo and Citigroup, they are not doing well if we look at the candles. So this is the 10-day frame, which was closed just a few days ago. Big bearish engulfing after a green candle, which was traded entirely above the Bollinger Bands, which is the bearish sign itself. Well, so now we are seeing it's consolidating, but the chance of moving down is fairly high. The same for Citigroup, but this is the smaller frame, just a weekly one. So everything is just the beginning here. Let's move on to the next one. What the most prominent out of these, I would say, is the Honeywell International. And if it closes today with the candles like this, and ideally it should go below the opening, below the open of yesterday. If it does, well, it's going to be a big bearish engulfing with the chances to go to lose at least 10 points or maybe even more. And another concerning stock here I wanted to talk about is waste management. This is it is falling, it's falling hard, and the way, if we look at the weekly frame, it is on track to forming three black crowds and even breaking through the 50 days moving average, which is the blue line. All right, so that's the bearish part of industrials, and now let's move on to this one we already discussed. All right, so and one more I wanted to show you is Delta Airlines. So Delta Airlines is on track to forming a big tower top if it closes below this line. Just to be exact, this is 60.83. If it closes below 60.83 this Friday, it will be a confirmation of a tower top, and most likely Delta Airlines will be a good candidate for shorting. All right, so that's all I wanted to say in our quick live video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and support us with your like checks. Check our subscriptions on the website, and if you want to evaluate everything, there is a free reader subscription for everyone to join and read our occasional free articles. Thank you very much for your support. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day and happy trading.